Hello and welcome to another special StreetCode release. This is our 100th release anniversary script. We introduce you to our last drug-selling script called StreetCode WhosWho. This script brings all the advanced and detailed stuff you love about StreetCode while keeping it simple to use. Players will have to find Lester and meet with him to purchase and activate a burner phone account. Players can purchase new phone, a replacement phone or just the charging cord for the phone if needed. In main menu, players can handle phone purchase or change PIN number to activate their phone. When purchasing, players will be asked to create a PIN number for their device. Once completed, player will receive their phone and charging cable. As you can see in the video, phones are specific to the player. While hovering over phone, you can see the owner's name and the day they purchased the phone to help avoid confusion on old phones versus new and confusion on whose phone is whose. When a player first uses the phone per fly-in, they will have to enter the correct 4-digit PIN to unlock and activate the phone. Once activated, player will receive calls and can make calls via the phone. Same as plug job script, but different. Players will notice known drug spots on the map. Unlike plug job, players cannot sell in these spots but will have a higher chance of finding customers that want that specific drug for that area. To add to their contacts, players cannot spam the same area for contacts. They must move around to different areas to avoid exploits and spamming. Once in a zone, players will see potential customers. Once spotted, just approach them if they don't approach you and follow the on-screen dialogue. If phone isn't activated when talking to customers, phone contact will not be saved even though customer will still give it to the player. Once contact is saved, that customer is saved and will have a 50-50 relationship status with the player that can grow or get worse. Some customers are also undercover narcs, in which we will cover how that plays out later in the video. Once phone activated and a few customers in their contacts, players can chill and RP with friends until receiving a phone call. Once the call comes in, players can see all the info on the transaction. They can see exactly what drugs the customer wants, where the customer wants the drugs brought to, how much they are offering, and if they wish to be fronted the drugs or have cash up front. Yes, you heard that right, you can now front customers' product. To thrive in the system, the goal is to get familiar with your customers and their habits so you can spot when something is out the normal, which will normally lead to jail time for the player if he isn't on his P's and Q's. Once accepted, player will receive a marked location on the map. Once at the location, the customer will meet the player outside. For every completed sale, player gains relationship points with customer. For every missed call or bad transaction, players will risk losing relationship points with customer. Customers where relationship points drop to 0 will automatically remove themselves from your contact list. Same as when a customer calls player, the player can use the activated phone to pull up their contact list. They can see important info on customers and even click a selected customer to call them also instead of waiting on a call. Calling repetitive can and will cause relationship lost with customers, so don't be worrisome. Some will pick up, some won't. Some will buy, some won't right now. Fortunate for video purposes, Harold chose to purchase. Same as incoming calls, customers will meet you outside. Unfortunately, my dumbass brought coke to a fent party and upset the custo because I didn't have what he requested while delivering. Trust me, that's a fast way to lose a customer. Your burner phone has a battery that can also go dead, and then access to the phone will be halted. Customers will still call and you will never know, resulting in customers feeling ignored. Another guaranteed drop in relationship points. Players can use the USB cord in vehicles to charge phone. The vehicle must have the engine running. If a player fly out while phone is charging, they will lose their phone and will need to get another. Charging can be stopped before completely getting to 100% by getting back in vehicle and following prompt. Phone will hold whatever charge it was stopped at, and player will be able to access the phone features again. So make sure you keep a phone charger in your car before you become the unreliable drug dealer that gets nothing but hated instead of getting money. If a customer owes a player, when checking contacts, players will see the O option under the customer name. The option, the Optio, can be used to all customers to check they have your money. Some customers can get an attitude due to being pressed about the money and will lose relationship points. So they may pay you will you call, or may tell you otherwise, but they will always pay sooner or later. If players takes too much time to pay, players receive repo opportunities, where they will have the chance to pull up on the customer's spotted location. Once at the location, player will have to find the customer. Customer can either run or go on the assault with wide range of weapons. Running down on a customer will completely drop the customer from your contact list. Customer may have less than your money owed, the money owed, or even more. But always ask yourself, is it worth you running down on your customers? If you fronted bricks or maybe ounces, maybe, but don't be a hothead over small stuff. Like stated earlier, when adding customer contacts, some can be undercover narcs. The worst type of customers to have. They spend like all the other customers, but unlike the others, they will get your ass locked up. Hen accepting a delivery, narcs will send a sting setup to the location before you even get there. This will def add to real player police RP. Don't want to make the video super long with every little detail, but just remember to stay safe and stay street while making any play. We once again want to thank you for rocking with StreetCode. Tis is our 100th release, and I'm just proud to be the one that brings the fire to you every time.